I'm gonna be honest with you, man. In the past few weeks of my life, I haven't been able to do self-improvement properly. I haven't been able to be consistent in my habits whatsoever. I've been waking up at stupid, irregular times. I've been going to sleep at horrible times as well. Every single time after school, I would have to go to the gym. I would have to go to some extra sport activities. I would have to come home and do my homework. I would have to eat dinner with my family. And by the time that I would finish those things and I would look at a clock, it would be 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. each and every single time. I think there was one time when I finally managed to go to sleep at 9 p.m. One single time in my entire life. Because in the past few weeks, I've been sleeping like hell. I've had like 5 hours of sleep almost every single night. That's it. Of course you're gonna be sleep deprived. Of course one day you're literally just gonna freaking fall to the ground. Of course one day I'm gonna drop dead if I keep going on like this. I haven't had any time to read. I haven't had any time to journal, to study, to focus on what I actually want to do. I've barely had any time to make videos and edit them. Barely. And so now that I'm finally my Christmas school break, I have some time to focus on the things that matter to me. And as I've been thinking about these past few weeks of my life, which have been the most chaotic so far since I started self-improvement, I realized that my inner voice has been getting more and more negative by day. I've realized that every single time that I would wake up late, that I would go to sleep late, that I would come home from school, from the gym, from my sports activities, and I would waste time because of my poor time management. And then I would look at a clock after I've done everything for the day and it's like 11 p.m., it's 12 a.m. when I wouldn't have any time to actually do the things that matter to me. That's when my inner voice, the voice inside my head, the voice that is inside your head right now, your conscience, if you want to call it that way, it has only been getting more and more negative by day. More and more negative thoughts, more and more insults towards my own person, more and more insecurities about myself, things that I wouldn't have otherwise noticed. And I believe that this is because our inner voice, our inner conscience, the voice inside of our heads that is constantly speaking to us every single moment that we're awake, that voice is hardwired to help you achieve your purpose. And every single time that we stray away from our purpose, every single time that we move in a different direction to the one where we're actually supposed to be going down on, that voice inside your head is going to try to get you back on the right path. It's always going to try to help you correct your direction so you're moving in the right way. But it only does this for negative insults, for negative thoughts about yourself, about the world. And so I've realized that in these past few weeks, I've been straying away from every single thing that would actually bring me closer to my real path in life, which I haven't already figured out. So I'm still working on that. And yet in these past few weeks, because I've been doing zero progress, like barely any kind of progress, my inner voice has been getting more and more negative by day. I have days when I wake up and I feel like an absolute failure. I look at the watch, it's 8 a.m. By this time, several months ago, I would have already finished recording and editing half of a video. And only now that I'm waking up and I'm feeling absolutely dazed and confused. And then it settles in and I realize, my inner voice, my conscience realizes that I've wasted so much time, that I've just drifted a little bit further away from the direction which would actually lead me to my purpose. And that's when the negative thoughts will pop up. You're a failure. You're a little wuss. You're a wanker. Look at you. What are you doing? You should have just woken up earlier. Who cares about sleep? Who cares about this? You need to do more. You need to be a better person. What the hell are you doing with your life? Get a hold of yourself. You're such a lazy bastard. These are all things that my mind would tell me every single day. And it still does, because I haven't been able to correct it properly yet. And so think about all the times when your conscience, your inner voice, is only assaulting you with bad thoughts, with bad insults about yourself, about the world, about the things around you. It's only making your existence darker. And then think about the way that you're living your life. Look around you. What are you doing right? What are you doing wrong? Chances are that the wrong things that you're doing will heavily outnumber the right things. You're only straying away from the actual direction in which you're supposed to be going down on in order to find your purpose. And so your inner voice, your conscience, which is hardwired to help you find your purpose in life, it realizes that, because you cannot fool your brain, because you cannot fool that part of your brain which has no excuses. Each and every single time when you're messing about, when you're not doing the right thing, that voice inside your head knows, and it will make sure that you know as well. Even if you try to run away from it, even if you try to escape, I don't know how, maybe by drugs, by alcohol, by stupid girls, by parties, by video games, by porn, by junk food, that voice inside your head will make you feel miserable about what you're doing, because you are straying away from the actual direction which you're supposed to be going down on. And so I urge you to look at your life right now, to think about the things that you are doing right in your life and the things that you're doing wrong. And I want you to be brutally honest to yourself. And I'm gonna be brutally honest to myself as well right now. I have fallen off self-improvement because I've done basically zero progress in the past few weeks. Maybe I've had like 2 or 3 videos pop up a week, and I would do those on the weekends after I would wake up at horrible, messy times, and I would barely get to do anything else throughout the day. During the school week, I would be in school, I would be pissed off at myself. My inner voice would be ruining my mood. And then I would have to go to a gym, and then I would have to go to play handball. And then I would have to come home, then spend a bit of time with my family, talk with them, have dinner, do my schoolwork, and then have to repeat the same process all over again while sleep depriving myself. I've done basically no progress. But there's a way that we can actually fix this inner voice that is being negative to us. There's a way that we can silence our conscience in a way that it's actually beneficial to us. There's a way that you can let all of those bad voices, those bad thoughts, those negative beliefs in your mind finally go away. And you want to know how? You do that by simply doing the right things. You do that by simply moving on with your life and choosing to do the right things instead. I'm gonna have to go to sleep earlier. I'm gonna have to wake up earlier. And then I'm gonna have to move on with my day. I'm not going to be able to waste any more time. I'm not going to be able to waste any more precious moments. And by doing that, by doing the work, even when you don't feel like it, by doing the uncomfortable things right now, your inner voice will benefit. Your conscience will see that you're actually doing the work. And because, as I previously said, you cannot fool your conscience. You cannot fool the inner voice inside your head. It knows what you're doing. If you're doing the right things, if you're living right, then your inner voice will see that. Your inner voice, your inner conscience, it will understand that you're actually slowly but surely directing yourself on the right path to finding your purpose, to living a meaningful life. And you will start having more positive thoughts. You will start feeling better about yourself. Your inner voice will start having some nicer, more positive monologues about yourself, about the world around you. It's all about the way that you tell the story. It's all about the way that the story is going on inside of your head. So why not choose right now to make the right call, to make the right decision, to stop wasting damn time and do what must be done. Stop trying to find other ways to do it. This is the best way to do it. Just take action. Just for God's sake, take action. Discipline yourself and think about the future. Think about the next day. Think about the next moment in your life. While you're doing the right thing right now, think about the way that your inner voice will be nicer. It will be more positive. It will be more encouraging to you in the future. How beautiful would it seem to actually have an inner voice which is standing with you, which is positive and encouraging to you? Because maybe most of your life, as I have, this inner voice has only been negative, has only been discouraging, has only been insulting me with a good reason, with a good damn reason. And ever since I started self-improvement, ever since I started doing the right things in my life, that inner voice has slowly been changing towards positive, towards encouraging, towards more nicer positive monologues about my life, about the way that the world around us is. And I've realized now, in these most chaotic times that I've had ever since I started self-improvement, I've noticed that inner voice inside of my head slowly turning back to the negative. And it is such a dreadful feeling, man. It is such a dreadful feeling to remember the way that your conscience would be so encouraging and positive to you just a month or 2 months ago. And now, when you're here, when you're in this present moment, it's negative. It's telling you that you're a failure, that you're failing in life. What the hell are you doing? Get a hold of yourself. You feel absolutely miserable. And this can be a very hard feeling to go through, I know. But what we must do is we must move on, is we must move past this shame, this guilt, and get back on track. Because if you keep living in this shame and this guilt, which is very easy to do, by the way, it's very easy to get caught up in these present feelings, in these present emotions of misery, of anger, of hate, of regret, and forget about what you were actually supposed to do. What we must do is we must set those things aside and understand that if we want to move forward, if we want to get back that inner positive voice, that better conscience, then we have to work our asses off to get back on track. That is the only way things are ever going to change. You cannot fool your conscience. You cannot fool your inner voice. If you have gained any value from this video, then why not subscribe to this channel? Why not like this video? Why not share this video with other people who you think might be able to benefit from this? If you want to join my self-improvement Discord server, there is a Discord link in the description of this video. I'm going to try to be more active on that server, getting more calls, be more present. And so if you would like to talk with me or with other people on self-improvement who are trying to live better lives, then you can do that in this Discord server. And by the way, I've also started free self-improvement one-to-one coaching. And so if you want to hear some self-improvement tips, some advice from what I've learned over the past almost 2 years of self-improvement, then you can schedule a call with me by clicking the Calendly link in the description of this video. So yeah, man. I thoroughly hope that this video has been somewhat helpful to you, man, because it is so upsetting to see your inner voice just slowly degrade back to some horrible, miserable place. We don't want that, do we? No, we want to live better lives. We want to be better human beings. So why not do that? Stop being miserable, man. Get your life together. Good luck. I'll see you next time.